Bob, I know home inspections are necessary when buying a house, but what about buying a co-op?
Well, Jason, when you buy a house, you probably want to have a home inspector come to look at the property. Generally, the inspectors look at foundations, the roof, the electrical, the plumbing, and any other big mechanicals that happen to be in that property. But when you buy a co op, you're really buying an apartment essentially. And the problem with having an inspector come in to check your apartment is that most of those items, first of all, the inspector can probably not get access to the electrical panels, the plumbing of the whole building, the roof. And even if the inspector could get access to those items, couldn't do anything about it. So if the inspector says, the roof is 5 years old, you can't turn to the seller of that apartment and say, give me a warranty, have it repaired, I want a newer roof, or things like that nature. So an engineer, although in a house setting will check several different aspects of the house, in a co-op setting is really limited to looking at the inside of the apartment. Now, there's not a heck of a lot of things inside the apartment you can check. You can check that the appliances work, refrigerator's cold, all the burners on the stove turn on, the oven works, the micro works, the dishwasher works, there are no leaks underneath the sink. You go in the bathroom, flush the toilet, make sure there are no leaks, look at the ceilings, make sure there are no stains, check the electrical sockets to make sure that they work, open and close windows. But that's all stuff that the prospective buyer can do themselves and probably does not need an inspector for. Although there are some times when clients tend to be a little nervous and they want that second opinion. And I guess it's okay to have the inspector go in to sort of give them a little reassurance about the condition of their apartment. But for the most part, if you find that there have to be any repairs inside the unit are relatively small and can be easily fixed. Repairs outside the unit in the walls, they have to be fixed by the co-op management company. And in any event, even if the engineer says, the boiler's old, the roof is old, some of these are old, no one's going to change it just because you're buying an apartment. So the answer is you probably don't need an inspector. You might only want to have one if you need that a little extra reassurance. When you're buying something that's $2 or $3 or $400,000.